Hi, everybody. I'm Cliff Curry. I'm the superintendent of Red Bluff Elementary. I wanted to give you an update, status update on where we're at with our reopening. As you know, things are changing rapidly, but what I can tell you is what we know right now. Right now, our plan is to have every student back every day on August 12th. That is our start of school. In order to accomplish that, we have staff coming in beginning next week. They're going to be training on our reopening plan, on the mitigations that we need to do in order to make it safe for students and staff. I need to remind parents that masks are going to be required for students. We would like you to provide your student with a mask. We're going to have some for students, but we will run out very quickly if we have to provide a new mask for a student every day, and there's limited supply out there in the country right now. So please do your best to send your student to school with a mask. We also need you to go to our website, fill out the form for your bus routes. If your student rides a bus, we're trying to get those bus routes figured out ahead of time. Our bus transportation director needs to create seating charts for all students. We're going to try and group students by family group to create cohort spacing. So the most that we can do on buses to try and keep students apart from each other and minimize the spread. Students need to be wearing masks on the bus. They need to be wearing them in all public areas or when they're at school. We are also going to be providing face shields for some of the younger grade students because that may be easier for them, but we're also going to supply them with masks as well and try and work with them to use that. So that's the plan as of right now. Every student, every day, August 12th start. What you need to be aware is that things may change very rapidly. We're working right now, looking at our school calendar, for instance. We may move back the start date of our school calendar. We're not sure yet whether we can do that. We have to meet a lot of criteria from the state in terms of instructional minutes and required days. So we're looking at that, but we may need a few extra days to prepare. We may also look at changes to the end time of instructional day at school in order to try and stagger our buses a little bit so that we minimize the crowding on those buses. So there's a lot of these things that are up in the air. As soon as we have an answer for them, and as soon as we have an answer for anything that will change this, we will let you know as quickly as possible. The other factor that you need to consider, and you may have heard this, the state is basically has a watch list for counties as their COVID infection rate rises. Once a county gets onto that watch list, they are mandated, directed by the state to move to distance learning. There is a possibility that we may end up moving to distance learning, but it is only after we have arrived on the county watch list before school starts. Once school starts and we're in session, if we get on the county watch list, there are some metrics that we have to follow from the state about when to shut down and how that looks. So a lot of these things are going to change as we move forward. Our goal is to keep you as informed as we can. We don't know much more than you do about the future of the virus and its spread, especially here in Tehama County. But what we can reiterate again is that please continue to wearing masks in public. Please continue social distancing. And please continue avoiding large gatherings. These are the things that we as a community can do and should continue doing to minimize the spread of COVID. Now, we also are interested in what our parents are feeling like about the start of school. You may recall that at the beginning of June this year, we sent out a parent survey, and we got a lot of good information about what school start might look like for parents and what they desired. We want to update that survey. We would like to get information from our parents where they're at right now in terms of, do you want to come back 100% with all students? Do you want to come back with some sort of hybrid model, so some of the students, some of the time, or do you want to come back on distance learning? We want to try and have your voice involved in what happens here at the district. And though once we hit the county watch list, we don't have any choices, we do want to be sensitive to what our parents are asking for. We have a number of students enrolled in distance learning. We need to be careful as that number moves higher and higher, that we have the staff available to staff those positions. So there's a lot of moving parts involved in the setup and operation of our reopening plan. And because of that, sometimes, and because of the virus and its spread and its increase in the community, we don't have the answers that we want when we want them. And I apologize for that. I can tell you that we are as anxious to know the future as everyone. What we will continue to do is commit to involving you in the processes that are going on and communicating with you to the fullest extent we can the moment that we have new information. Thank you.